Hey guys, it's Sarah. I'm here today with 4 super simple tips to improve your running. Whether you are a runner forever or you're just starting out because you don't have access to a climbing gym, you're stuck at home, you've got all this free time, oh look, it's beautiful out, I'm hoping these tips will help to make your running experience a little bit better. Running on its own will not improve your climbing ability. It's not going to improve your finger strength, it's not going to improve your local endurance to your forearms, really not going to do much for your upper body strength. But as an activity, when you don't have access to climbing facilities or to training facilities, or when you just need something to do besides rock climbing, not a bad idea for your overall health and fitness. Ow! 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 Why am I slamming my hand in the car door? Because it represents tip number 1. Tip number 1 for running, if it hurts, don't do it. If running hurts your ankles, your knees, your hips, your back, really anything in your body, you shouldn't be doing it. I promise you there are other alternatives to running that can get you the same results without causing you pain for the short and long term. And lots of activities have less of a demand on your joints than running do. If you love running and it feels okay for your body, go ahead and do it. But if it hurts you, it's just like slamming your hand in the car door. Why would you keep doing something that hurts you when there's other ways to get better? If running isn't going to work for your body or you simply hate it, think about cycling, rowing, interval training, or sprinting for short periods of time. All of these things have similar, if not better, effects for weight loss and improving your aerobic capacity. So running, I promise, is not your only option. Don't slam your hand in your car door over and over. If you've decided that running is in fact for you and it's not going to hurt you and you're not going to hate it, next tip, get a really good warm-up. This only takes 5 minutes and it really helps to turn on the muscles that you use for running to maximize the impact. First thing you want to do, start lying on your back. We're going to do some single leg lowers. Start with your legs up high. Lower one leg at a time, keeping both feet flexed all the way down to the ground. Next, you want to do a couple glute bridges. So we're going to start with 2 feet on the ground, squeeze your hips, tilt that pelvis back, push through your heels, lift your hips off the ground, back down. Get a couple with 2 legs, couple single leg, because you'll be on one leg each stride you take while you're running. Next move is Spider-Man steps. You're going to be in a high plank position. Step forward, get a stretch through your front hip flexor, through your back hip flexor. Switch sides. Next one, you want to loosen up your hips. These are called hip cars. You're going to want to use a post, a tree, a railing, a car door, something to hold on to. Lift one leg up in front. Open out as far as you can go, staying still through your down leg. Foot comes back, all the way to the back. Reverse the direction. Really opening up that hip joint, staying strong through your bottom leg. Switch sides. You can try to keep this hip locked to whatever you're holding on to. Nice and loose. Alright, next thing we want to do is to loosen up the ankles. Easiest way to do these is on a step. I like to hold on to a post again. I'm going to rock my knee over my middle to outer toes. Back leg is strong. Keeping the arch of my front foot up, pushing through the ball of my foot and through the heel of my foot. Rock back and forth. Loosen up those ankles. You might get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch in the back. Switch sides. Alright, and then when you're almost ready to go, you're going to want to turn on the outsides of your hips. You can do this 2 different ways. You can jump side to side, doing ice skaters, working on the landing, nice and controlled. Or, if you have a mini band, throw that around your ankles, open your leg to the side, turning on everything out here, flexing that lower foot, switch sides, Do a few to the back. Few to the front. Even if you look silly, it'll be worth it to get a little bit more out of your run. Be less likely to be a little bit sore. Tip number 3 is to increase your mileage really slowly, like way slower than you think you need to. Think of it in terms of lifting heavy weights. If I lifted 100 pounds of weight this week, would I go and lift 200 pounds of weight next week? No, that'd be stupid. That's a 100% increase. Same thing with running. If I run a mile today and I run 2 miles tomorrow, that's a 100% increase in mileage. My ankles, knees, and hips and back are really not going to like that. So, start really slow. Start with less than you think you need. The goal is to not get hurt in all of this, right? So you want to start slow, increase by no more than 10% each week. So if I'm running 1 mile this week, that means I'm running 1.1 miles next week. It might feel slow, but it's worth it in the long run so you're not injured. Tip number 4 for better running is to incorporate some sprinting intervals. This can either be alongside or in place of a steady state run. The recommended sprinting interval to start with is 15 seconds of all-out sprint followed by 40 seconds of rest. This rest can be an active rest where you're walking, it can be a recovery position rest, whatever you need to do during that 45 seconds to be ready to sprint for that next 15-second interval. Doing this 7 to 8 times, and that's it, that's in your entire workout, has been shown to be as effective or more effective than going for an hour-long steady state run. And there's way less of an impact on your lower body joints. This can also be great if you don't have a lot of space to work with. Running, line drills, or circuit drills, where you're running in a square, down and back, is really good for preventing injuries when you change direction. So adding that change of direction in your running practice can really prevent injuries in the future. All right, to recap, we've got 4 tips for better running. Number 1, if it hurts, don't do it. Number 2, warm up for 5 minutes, it'll be worth it. Number 3, increase your mileage slowly, no more than 10% each week. Number 4, incorporate some sprinting. You'll be happy you did.